Hey, it is time to talk about the power of your story and scars. And I need to grab my book so that I can actually, there it is. All right. Your story matters as a leader. And if we've never met before, I am Coach Raychel Perman. I am the co-founder of Rayma Team. Let me get myself set up here. Thanks for walking with me through my house this morning to grab my book. All right, I'm the co-founder of Rayma Team, coaching and consulting, and we are a life and leadership coaching company for women. And that means we're really passionate about equipping women to be mature, respected, feminine, fearless female leaders. And that means that we help you find that emotional strength and resilience that you need to actually lead and do that. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. Okay. So I am a certified life and leadership coach, and that means I specialize in helping you build confidence as a leader and create work-life harmony. That is my forte when I am working with a woman who is building her career in the 9-to-5 or is an entrepreneur. And I also get to do that every so often with a male client as well, which is also great. So today we're going to talk about the power of scars and stories. And I'm actually going to I'm going to be sharing with you out of my Amazon bestselling Bible study called Unbroken. And you can get that on Amazon if you're interested. And this story is found in this book. And I want to start by telling you a truth statement. Okay? Truth statements are a registered trademark for us at Rayma Team, and it is our version of affirmations or mantra. And really what it is a coaching tool, a mindset tool that helps you retrain your brain from negative thoughts to powerful thoughts. And we do like to use Bible verses or words of faith to be able to do that. You do not have to be a person of faith to be able to use a truth statement. They are super powerful, whether you have faith in a higher being, faith in yourself, faith in something. So this truth statement, you can write this down, you can use it, says, I will embrace my scars and my story so I can spread hope and healing to others. So I like to talk about broken pieces in our lives, in your life, as a storm. That's the way I like to describe the things that come into your life and just create havoc, right? And just turn your life upside down. It can be those moments where there's like a distinct before and after, right? And when those moments happen, we get a couple of choices. And one of the choices we get is whether or not we're going to accept the process of restoration and letting those wounds heal. The choice that we get between letting them heal or not letting them heal is the choice of freedom or the choice of bitterness. You can choose either one. We all know, and I'm sure you know, somebody who has chosen bitterness over healing when a storm went through their life, right? You might even be somebody who's struggling with that choice between bitterness and healing. But I want to talk to you about what happens when a scar is left. Because after a wound heals, we often get a scar, right? I actually have a scar on my neck from neck surgery last year. I'm really hoping I don't have a scar on my neck from burning myself with my curling wand. Because then I'll have 2 scars on my neck. But that's how our body deals with wounds, right? There's a scar. Well, there's also emotional scars that happen after we have experienced hardship and something traumatic or gone through a storm in our life. There are emotional scars that remain over those wounds. They're not on the outside. You can't see them. They're not visible to the naked eye. Our deepest wounds, where our deepest scars are on the inside. I can't tell you how many people have told me I had no idea that you were struggling, or I didn't realize that my first marriage was broken. When I filed for divorce in 2017, when I started sharing my story about overcoming postpartum OCD, and even now as I share stories about, daily living in chronic pain, daily living with nerve pain that would be debilitating if I didn't have some form of medication to help, living with depression and the scars that remain from PTSD. And it's always amazing to me how many people are like, I had no idea. Well, of course you didn't, because all those wounds and scars are on the inside. You become really good at hiding those, right? When I look back at pictures, though, of the worst seasons of my life, I can see that the wounds on the inside are coming out through the outside. I can see it in my eyes. I can see it in the way that I stand. I don't look sick necessarily. The truth is, though, when you look at somebody who is going through a storm, who has overcome a storm, overcome the odds, you're not going to see scars on their body. Scars, though, are powerful. They remind you of the way things were. They remind you of who you've been and the lessons you've learned on your journey through life. They remind you of the things and the people that you might have lost along the way. They help you remember your courage, your confidence, your resilience, your authenticity. And for some of us, they remind us of God's faithfulness. They're a reminder that even the deepest wounds we go through will eventually heal, right? And it's for this reason I have a personal mission of helping women overcome and embrace the cracks in their life and realize and see and embrace the idea that those cracks are not making them broken, are not keeping them stuck. If they want to, they can use those cracks and strengthen them. As leaders, you have to get really good at accepting every chapter of your story. That's what leaders do. They don't deny, they don't hide. Yes, you have to use wisdom on what parts of your story you're going to share. You don't need to be an open book for every single person in your life. But when you choose to share with somebody else what you have overcome, you provide comfort for somebody else. You provide a feeling of, I'm not alone, to somebody. You have no idea, actually, the power and the reach of your story and sharing that on whatever capacity, whatever influence, whether that is a one-to-one thing, like you are running or you're leading a team, or you do that with your group of friends, or you're an entrepreneur and you do that with your customers, or you are online and you have influence in a social media platform. There's all kinds of ways to share your story and to share your scars with somebody who is going through what you've already been through, right? They give other women courage. They bolster other women up. They inspire and encourage other women leaders that what they've gone through doesn't disqualify them from leadership. When you bravely share about your own weaknesses, your own struggles, your own scars, you're able to give the women around you, the men around you, everyone around you that has gone through the same thing, the strength to keep going, the strength to take one more step, the strength to not give up. So if you are a person of faith, it does tell us in the Bible, it tells you in the Bible that we're supposed to comfort other people with the same compassion that we've been comforted with. To me, that means that if I have been through something, it is my God-given duty to share my experience, to share my wisdom, to share my story, to share my faith, to share my courage with somebody else. And that is your mandate as well, to share your story. If you're going to be a leader, you have to share parts of yourself. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be authentic. And that comes through stories. That comes through sharing scars. So it's time to appreciate. It's time to celebrate. It is time to understand and embrace the idea that your scars and your story are important, because they are. They are hard-earned battle wounds. They're not something to gloss over. They're proof that you can do hard things. Stop hiding. Stop hiding them. Don't pretend like they're not there. Okay? Embrace the scars. Embrace your story. Embrace the healed paths of your life. I'm not asking you to open up wounds that have not healed yet. Okay? That's where the wisdom comes in. We share our scars, not our wounds. Right? We want to share the things that we've healed from. Is there residue? Oh, absolutely. Is there consequences? Yes. Do I still have days where PTSD still keeps me in my bed? Yes. But that doesn't stop me from getting up when I can. Embrace those healed areas of your life and comfort others on a similar path. Your scars are healing. The proof that you have overcome something, that you have gone through something, is so healing and powerful to those around you. Your influence matters. Your story matters. Your scars matter. It gives testimony to what God has done in your life. If you're a person of faith, that's important, right? Your vulnerability is inspiring. So today, for Friday Thoughts, there's not exactly a next step or a coaching prompt that I want you to do, other than listen to this on repeat this next week, today. Use this as encouragement from me to you, that your story matters, that your scars matter, that your influence matters. Your leadership is important and needed. Okay? Don't give up. If you have a day where you have to stay in bed, that's all right. Get up the next day and do it. Okay? We don't have to battle every day. But when it's time, I want you to be strong and courageous and brave. I want you to do it afraid. And if you're like, how the heck do I do that? We do have some next steps. We have a 7-week coaching program that is open right now. The Yes I Can, she says yes I can leadership module is open for registration. And that would be the perfect next step for you, to learn how to embrace this idea of my story, my scars, my experience of my life story matters. Because what we're going to teach you in there is how to say yes to new possibilities, how to take and harness that courage, right? How to overcome the procrastination and the lies and the labels that say that you can't or you're not qualified. So if this is resonating with you at all, I want you to jump into that program. I'm going to put the link to the registration page in the comment section or in the captions of this video, so you can find that out. I do have a couple of one-on-one spots open for this summer. If you are watching this in real time, if you were watching this later on, you can also find out how to start one-on-one coaching on our website, raymateam.com, RAYMATEAM.com. And you can also go there to register for any open coaching programs that we have if you are watching this not in real time and as a replay later on. But I just want to encourage you today. That is my Friday thought, is encouraging you that there is power in your scars and in your stories, and to encourage you to be brave enough to show up and share it with everybody that you come in contact with, everybody that you have influence over. Okay? Because you have no idea the power you harness in your story. But I want to remind you today that it matters, and to share your scars and your stories. Okay. I will talk to you again soon. Have a wonderful day.